Today I'm going to show you how to use a website called Kahoot.com, and it's great for making quick classroom assessments and getting kids involved, especially because they get to use iPads, cell phones, laptops, their most current technology in the classroom to actually do something about learning. So the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to sign up for a free account. It does only take about 30 seconds. It's really quick. Once you're signed in, this is the page that you're going to see. And it's going to come up and it has three great options. You can do surveys, discussions, or quizzes. All of them can lead to great learning. We're going to focus on the first two here today, and I'm going to show you how to make a quiz and a discussion, and I'm going to show you how to play the game and what it might look like in your classroom. So first off, let's start with some of its features. How to make a quiz. So we're going to click on quiz, and we're going to go ahead, and we got to give the quiz a title, so we're just going to call it Ancient Civilization. This is my social studies teacher coming out, and we click go. This is what the page is going to look like. It's really, really simple. There's not a whole lot of extra stuff on it, which is really a bonus and a great feature of this product, because you're not going to get bogged down with a whole bunch of options. It's going to keep it very simple. So we need to put a question on there. So the first question is, we're going to ask them, what was an advance what was an advancement in the Neolithic Age? Question they should know. It's something we studied. Then I'm going to slide down here and I'm going to say I definitely want it to be a points question. You could have no points, but when you add the points question in there, the quicker you answer the question for the kids, the more points they're going to get. So if you're playing it like a game, then you want to make it a points question. If you're using it as a strict assessment and you only want to know if the kids got the question right or wrong, then you want to make it a no points question. I prefer to play them a lot like a game because I can assess and the kids can get excited about it. So I make most of my things points questions. Then you got to give them a time limit. How long is it going to take them to answer it? Obviously, the younger they are, the more time they're going to need. I have 7th graders, so I'm going to give them about 30 seconds. Depending on the question, I might give them 60. But most of them are going to be 30 seconds for them to answer the question. The neat thing here is you can actually put a picture in here, and the picture will come up as a full screen background. It'll take up almost the whole screen. And it can be anything to do with the unit. So to make that happen, it's really very simple. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to shrink my screen a little, and I'm going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to drag one of these pictures that I have already gone and searched on the internet and found a picture, and I'm going to come and I'm going to put it right here where it says choose a file. It's going to, there it is. It's already there. It's quick. It's easy. That's all there is to it when it comes to putting a picture in. Make my screen big again. There's the picture. Now it'll actually be bigger and it'll take up the whole background when it's time for the quiz to come out. You'll see. The next thing I need to do is I need to put in my answers. I can put in 4 answers, 3 answers, or 2 answers. It is multiple choice, so you have to have at least 2 answers, and you can go up to 4. And you adjust the number of answers you want to put in simply by clicking this plus and minus sign over here. We're going to go ahead and put 4 answers in on this one, and here they are. And then you have to pick which one's the correct answer. So you can actually have more than one correct answer if you want. In this case, there is only one correct answer, so we're going to leave it at that. If you try and advance and you haven't selected the correct answer, it won't let you move on. It'll give you a big oops sign, for example, like this. I want to add a question. It'll tell me, oops, you have to have at least one correct answer. So there is some fail-safes in here to help you from making too many mistakes. So we're going to collect that. We're going to make one question here. I have another quiz set up for you already. So save and continue is what you click once you've made all of your questions. So here's what you're going to do next. Before you finish, you got to tell a little bit more about your quiz. Is it going to be a public or private quiz? I'm going to leave this one as public. Private might be kind of nice if you're in your classroom and you don't want anybody else to accidentally log in and toy with your quiz if you're just trying to assess your kids. This is a pretty easy quiz, so I'm going to bring it down to a beginner level. I can put a brief description in there if I want. I can tell them anything I want about this quiz. I can also put some tags in there to help them try to search and find it. And then you always have to select your primary audience. And in this case, it's a school. So I click Save and Continue. Do I want to put some sort of image to use over and over again as the cover? I would do it the exact same way. I'd minimize, I'd click a picture, drag it over and drop it. I don't want to put one on this one, so I'm just going to click Done. And that's all there is to it, to making your quiz. Really, really very simple. Now let me show you what it looks like when you want to actually play the game with your students. I'm going to click Me up here. This is my record of all of the Kahoot quizzes that I have created. So I have a couple on here. You see I have a couple practices. So we're going to use this little quiz here, this Ancient Civilization 1. We're going to play it. So I'm going to click Play. This is one I already created. And this is what it looks like. So I'm going to click Launch. And I do have some options down here. Play music. No, I don't want to do that. Randomize the order of the answers in each question. I'm going to click On for that. So that way, every time we play it, the answers will come up in a different order, so the kids can't memorize the order. So we could actually reuse this quiz several times. And then show minimize lobby instructions. Maybe the first time you log your kids into this, you might want to give them instructions, but after that, you just keep them shut off. And then display the game pin throughout. I would recommend leaving that on, because sometimes if a student were to lose internet connection with their phone, iPad, or laptop and they have to relog back in, they may not remember the pin. So if you leave it on there, they'll be able to log themselves back in. There are some more advanced options down here. Automatically move through the questions. No, I don't really mess with these too much, but it's kind of personal preference type things. We're going to go ahead and launch it. And as soon as we launch it, here's your pin, 3177. That's the pin we're going to be looking for. Now here's what's a little bit different. This is going to be the screen that you would want to project up onto your wall with a main computer that every student is going to see. You don't actually play from the screen. Right now you can see there are no players logged in ready to play. So what we have to do is we come over here and we tell the kids to go to Kahoot.it. Kahoot.it. This is what they're going to go to. When that screen comes up, it's going to ask them to enter the PIN. So that's when every student is going to see this screen right here. They're going to type in the PIN. So in this case, it's 3177. Click enter. It's going to ask them for a name. So in this case, we'll just put my initials down. They're going to join the game. Now you'll notice as soon as they join the game, their name and it tells you one player, they've joined. So as many players can join in as want. The kids will start to see their names pop up. They're already excited. It's already a great idea. Now, I'm going to come back over here. Now that I have at least one player, the Start Now tab is available for me to hit. So we're going to go ahead and play the game real quick. I'm going to hit Start Now. And it's going to start to go. This is what every kid is seeing up on the board. This is what they're seeing on their iPad. So here's the question. Which of the following is an advancement of the Neolithic age? I read the questions: farming, ships, fire, stone, tools. I think the answer is farming, so what I'm going to do on my iPad is click the triangle. It tells me instantly I'm correct. I got 817 Kahoots, or points. I'm now in first place. I would hope so. I'm the only one playing. So the teacher would then click, once all the students have either selected their answer or the 30-second time limit is up, we're going to go ahead and click Next. It'll tell me who's in. It'll tell me the rankings right here. Who got the most points? Right now I'm the only one playing, so I have 817. But it would rank the next person, the next person, the next person, all the way down the line. It would give them their name and how many points they got. So I click Next. Next question comes up. King Hammurabi is famous for answer Code of Law. So I'm going to click it. Now you'll notice I got 917 points this time. That means I answered even faster than I did last time, so I got more points. I click Next. It now gives me my total score over here on the overall screen. Remember, this is what you're seeing on the projector or on the board. This is what you're seeing on your iPad. And the last question we're going to do, during which age did people begin making tools out of metal? We're going to go with Neolithic age. 950 Kahoots. Again, I answered even faster that time. I got more points. There's my total score. It's the end of the quiz. Everybody's done, so you'll see I'm going to go ahead and click End. It tells me who the winner is, JJ. It'll tell me how many points, 3 out of correct, incorrect. This is just going to stay up on the kids' iPads. So we're going to make this nice and big because this is what we're back here working with this. I want some feedback and results. Once you click feedback and results, the kids in their iPad are going to get a chance to rate it. I thought it was pretty fun. I learned something. I would recommend it. And then tell them how you feel. Come back over here. Here's where you get the feedback on what the kids thought of it. So you get some immediate student feedback. And then finally, you come to this screen and you get a chance to actually collect some data. And by you click the data is, you just click download results. Makes it really super simple in order to get the results. Brings it up in a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, which is awesome because that's something a lot of people know how to use. It's going to list all of your students. It's going to list their answers, their correct answers, their incorrect answers, their total score. So you're going to be able to rate them and see how they did against their other students and how quickly they answered things. It'll even list the questions and the answers that they gave. So if you're using a Kahoot that you did not create, say you found one that you really liked, you're going to have some real information there to be able to pass on. So this creates an awesome way to collect some data. Now, once you click out of it, you come back here, you can play any more of your Kahoots. You can always search somebody else's Kahoot. You can show the ones that you've shared. But these, like I said, these are all the ones that I've created. Now, we're going to go back here to me. And up here, I have also created a discussion. It's created the exact same way you make a quiz, except in the beginning, instead of clicking quiz, you click discussion. And this is what the discussion is going to look like. Here's my pin. Plug it into my student iPad. Tells me over here again I have a player. I'm in. I'm going to start it. There's only one discussion question on here. So do you think Hammurabi was a fair and just ruler? I only put 30 seconds on it. Normally for a discussion, I think I would put a whole lot more time on there. So the students are going to have to talk about it with the people around them, maybe as a group, and then they're going to have to come up with their answer. Neat thing here is, again, you can download these results. You get a chance to look. It'll list all your kids, and it will give their answers. And you can use those answers to go through and then spark a class-wide discussion, because you can look and it holds every student accountable for giving an answer. It doesn't give students an option to not answer. So one of the very good things about this is that all students are being held accountable for the learning. They don't get to cop out and hide from the class discussion. They will have to participate at some point. So really very neat website. I hope this helps you out in making your Kahoot.com website successful and using it in your classroom.